What's going on, guys? Your boys Q420 here. Welcome back another episode of Showtime with the Q. We are back at it. It's been a while. Media has been terrible. It hasn't been great at all. Let's just be honest. Okay. The movie realm has left a little bit to be desired. No doubt about it. All right. There's just no doubt about it. But today we are going to be talking about Fantastic Four First Steps. Okay. This came out during the summer of 2025. We're still in 2025 now. And I just watched it the other day. I waited for it to come out on Disney Plus. I was going to go to the theater. Usually I go to the theater and watch these. I usually go there and watch these Marvel movies to I don't know. It's just kind of been a thing for a long time. Me and my girlfriend been going and watching them. But I wasn't able to make this when we had a lot going on that particular month. And so when it finally came to Disney Plus, I was like, all right, let's go ahead and check this thing out. Let's go ahead and check it out, see what we got going on, see if we got any action here. All right, see if we got any action. And first thoughts right out the gate, there wasn't a whole lot of movement with this. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Um, it was a. I almost felt like when I got to the end of the movie that like I watched nothing. Like it's what I almost felt like. I was like, huh. Like I can't say that it was bad, but I can't say that it was good. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down here? I mean, it was like so it feels like all the rest of the movies, like a build-up movie, but we ain't really building up to nothing. I know we're building up to Doctor Doom, Doomsday, okay, Avengers Doomsday. Can we even really have an Avengers movie? We haven't seen anybody assemble in a hot minute. All right. We had the Thunderbolts movie, okay, which I did watch that. I actually watched that in theaters, and I don't know, these movies right here recently, the power of friendship has been winning everything, all right? It hadn't been anybody going out there and just whooping some ass, all right? But the power of inner work, you know what I'm saying? Finding yourself, friendship, that's been winning a whole lot of these battles right here recently. Love, okay? So, I'm looking at somebody go out there and just use these skills, whoop somebody's ass. But that's not been happening right here recently, okay? Without a shadow of a doubt. But Fantastic Four: First Steps. So this particular film is not based in the quote unquote Marvel Cinematic Universe as we know it. It is another Earth multiverse, all right? Because we're still in the multiversal saga. Even though they axed Kang, they should have just went on and brought Jonathan Majors back. They were trying to, work something there, and so they should have just brought him back. When they found out that all the stuff was just jive, they should have been like, "Hey, our bad, Jonathan Majors. Here goes your rollback, and let's go ahead and let's proceed forward because that's what we were doing." All right. So, the Fantastic Four is based in a different universe, a different Earth. Okay, and the Fantastic Four is the protectors of Earth. Okay, uh, I'm not sure if there's any Avengers on this Earth. They kind of make it seem like the Fantastic Four is, you know, the be all end all. If some shit goes down, then they need to be there to handle their business. Okay, that's the way this seems. All right, in this particular universe they're in. So it almost feels like I don't know if y'all watched the Jetsons before, but it feels like the Jetsons. That's what I felt like when I was watching this. Like, so you've got like almost like a retro vibe to the actual city, the earth that they're in. People feel like they might be like in the 1960s, except they got like hovering cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like that, you know. So it doesn't really give any backstory. We don't need much backstory. Everybody knows about the Fantastic Four. They went to space. They hit a cosmic wave. They got their powers. Okay, and so it kind of just it glosses over that slightly. All right, and I'm fine with that. I don't think we really need much as far as origins anymore. We've already done so many origin stories that I think we'll be okay if we miss out on origin stories altogether. So it kind of just jumps into them being all right. Of course, we got Reed Richards, Sue Storm, and this particular film is centered around the premise of Reed Richards, Sue Storm having a baby. Okay, that's what this film is centered around. And of course, in this film, we've got the Silver Surfer, we've got Galactus. Okay, and it's lackluster. Let's just say that. I mean, I know they're villains, you know, but they ain't do a whole lot of villain stuff, you know. And I think that's what I'm looking. I think my villains ain't doing enough villain stuff. I don't know if y'all go back to Thor: Love and Thunder. I remember this to a T. Thor: Love and Thunder. We had Gore, the God Butcher. My problem is I ain't seeing butchering many gods. You know, I ain't seeing really whooping that ass. I was wanting to see some more of my villain whooping that ass. You know, and so I missed out on that. And that's where a lot of your TV shows, even if we delve into anime, they're able to actually expand on the villain a little bit more, show the villainous traits. Okay, and that's what we're looking. You know, I'm looking some action to go down. You know, Silver Surfer shows up, and of course they did a gender swap. It's a woman on this one. Okay, and you know she just shows up and it's like, hey, Earth is marked for death. You know, it's just kind of like, like it's random, it's out the blue, and I understand that's how it is. Okay, I understand how that's how it is, but like it didn't seem like a overwhelming like, oh shit, we're fucked. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, hey man, just let you know, homie's coming to eat your planet. All right, so just hey, there's nothing you can do. All right, um, go have your last supper with your loved ones. Okay, hug them tight. You know what I'm saying? Fornicate a little bit before we get out of here. This shit'll be shut down right here in the next couple weeks. Okay. I mean, it's what it kinda seemed like. It almost like it was like a going out of business. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was almost like, where they just hang the sign up. There's really nothing ceremonious about it, you know. And it's just like, hey, you know, this is what's happening right now. Okay, just letting y'all know. And so we've got that. We've got the Fantastic Four: Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Blaze being Grim. They're trying to, you know, wrap their head around Sue Storm being pregnant. We've got Reed Richards over there analyzing the baby to see what type of powers it has, if it's going to come out jacked up. He doesn't know. So he's doing a lot of analyzing at that point in time. And and at the point in time where he's doing his analysis, he doesn't see any issues, any powers with his particular baby, any cosmic powers. But we all know that Franklin is one of the strongest beings in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay. And we figure that out because when the Silver Surfer lets them know, hey, you know, some shit's coming your way. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Just, you know, just be ready for it, okay? Just be ready for it. For a timely death. Well, they decide to go out there and see if they can't bargain with, say, Galactus, okay? With Galactus. And Galactus is sitting upon his throne, all right? And he just pretty much says, he say, hey, you know, you got something that I need, okay? It's that baby. All right. Because if I eat this baby, then that will quench my thirst. You know what I'm saying? It'll feed my hunger. It'll fill my belly. I won't need to eat these planets no more. All right. I just need to eat Franklin. Get you back. I said, go and have this thing right here. Just leave the baby here. Hey, y'all be good, okay? Y'all'll be good. Trust me on that. And you find out that the Silver Surfer, she sacrifices herself for her planet. So when Galactus comes to her planet and is gonna eat it, she's like, "Hey, I'll be a servant. I'll sacrifice myself if you spare the planet." And so that's what he did. Okay. And of course, we've got some we've got a few things happening with Johnny Blaze being Grim. They're kind of to the side. They're not really that involved with the film. Let's just say that Johnny Blaze is trying to decipher some type of language that the Silver Surfer speaking. Being Grimm's just kind of there. All right, he's just hanging out. I mean, it kind of tries to explore as they usually do with him. Like, hey, I used to be a good-looking dude, and now, I'm an ugly rock, and nobody wants to fuck me. I mean, that's pretty much what we get to every single time. Okay, we got Ben out there growing a beard, a rock beard. I mean, it was a little weird. Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you, it was a little weird. So I mean, Johnny, he's not like the Johnny in the past has felt like over the top, flamboyant, in your face, ladies, man. It's like but they kind of toned Johnny down for this particular film. And it just seems like I don't know, Johnny and Ben just kind of seem like an afterthought, it's not exactly cohesive. Let's just say that. And so, when they go to Galactus, of course, he asked for the baby. I can't give you the baby. All right. Of course, who's just gonna give the baby up for this, you know, this damn being to eat? You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, I'm gonna eat it. Uh, so of course they got to run. They go back to Earth. Okay, they escape the Silver Surfer, and now they're trying to put their heads together, trying to figure out how they're going to beat Galactus. All right, and so they don't believe that they can beat Galactus from the calculations that Reed has made. And so, from what he's seen, he's been working on an actual device that can transport matter to another location. Think Star Trek, okay? Think Star Trek. And that's it to a T, teleportation device. And so his idea is that he's going to take and teleport Earth into another universe, okay? Multiverse, all right? And so, Silver Surfer gets wind of what we got going down. She goes and starts destroying the tower. So they're like, okay, shit, that didn't work. All right. And, Sue's like, Reed, I see that you got this look on your face, dog. I don't like the look. The look sounds like you gonna give the baby up. You know, I don't like you don't see any other way to do this. So they devise a plan. You know, put the baby out, to get Galactus in because there's one portal left, and what they're gonna do when Galactus gets into the portal, all right, then they're just gonna teleport Galactus to another multiverse, another universe. And so we've got a fight that ensues per se. Johnny Blaze talks to the Silver Surfer in her native tongue. Okay. And so it's a heartfelt moment for her. She remembers back to when Galactus was coming to eat her planet and she sacrificed herself to save her baby. Okay. And it pulls at the heartstrings. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's fair enough. Okay. We knew that something like that had to happen for the Fantastic Four to win. And so basically, they end up getting Galactus into the trap. Initially, they had the baby there. They did a swaparoo. Galactus seen that something was off. They had transported the baby out. He seen where the baby was at. He goes and gets it. But the Silver Surfer saves the day. Sue Storm is trying to actually push Galactus into the portal. Okay, she's using her uh what is it, almost like force field powers? That's what she kind of has. She can go invisible, but she can also like project almost like a force field. So she's actually physically pushing Galactus back towards the portal, which was like I didn't know she was that powerful. All right, I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't think that she had that kind of strength. But she's pushing Galactus back towards the portal, gets him close to the portal. She kind of loses her strength, but Silver Surfer, she comes in, saves the day, hits him in the chest, knocks him into the portal, transports him to another dimension. Or I'm sorry, another universe, not dimension, universe. What universe they send him to, I'm not sure. Okay, I mean, it's like well, excuse me, can I talk to you for a second? Where'd y'all just send this ninja? I mean, somebody gonna wake up one day and they're gonna be like, who are you, cat? I mean, where you come from? It's like I'm here to eat your planet. Shit, well, I'm here, might as well eat y'all. So you done see. This is my issue. Richards done sent the man to another universe for it to be their problem. Okay, and this sounds like what we do in life. Okay, there ain't no doubt about it. It's like try to put my problems off on somebody else. Let me see if I can skip out on this thing. And so that's what they pretty much do. They kick the can down the road. We're good at doing that. Humans, we're good at doing that. We kicking the can down the road. We almost specialize in that thing, and that's what he's done. All right. So Galactus is somewhere now, and Galactus may not show up for another 10 years. It kind of be like Shang-Chi and the Eternals and all these other folks that's supposedly gonna come together in the Avengers movies, which we ain't seen in about 4 years. I mean, it's like, okay. So I mean, will we see Galactus anytime soon? I mean, maybe, maybe not. Probably not. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of unceremonious how he was defeated. Is Galactus is Galactus immortal? Let me see that. Is Galactus immortal? Galactus immortal. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. It said yes, Galactus is considered immortal in the Marvel Universe. He is an ageless cosmic entity who was the last survivor of the previous universes is destined to exist until the end of the current one. Oh, okay. Huh. What the hell? Now, it also says this that while he can be severely injured or even destroyed, in a narrative sense, he is not killed by traditional means and usually returns because his existence is fundamental to the universe's balance. What's that supposed to mean? Does that mean anything? I, so his existence is fundamental because he goes and destroys planets that need to be destroyed. I mean, I'm trying to figure this thing out, man. I mean, I'm trying to figure this thing out. Look, Galactus in this movie, he really ain't do shit. He really ain't say much. I mean, he was almost like a zombie. The old school zombies, they'd be like brains, brains. He was almost like baby. Yeah, that's the way he was. I was like, I mean, saying Silver Surfer, she had, and I know that it's not supposed to have personality. It's supposed to be the harbinger of death. Okay, but it was just like, I mean, Johnny Blaze. He was like Ben Grimm. He's like, yeah, I see this chick and I think she's cute. I want to hit. I mean, I was like, okay. Reed Richards had kind of focused on him and Sue Storm and the dynamic between them as far as when she got pregnant, the baby, and the struggle on what they're gonna do with this cosmic entity. But when you get to the end of this movie, and when the Galactus is sent to a different universe, you're just kind of like, okay. I mean, it's just like I didn't feel much. Like I was looking for a feeling, and the feeling never came. Okay, and so I almost felt like, can I say it was a waste of time? Yeah, probably. I can probably say that. You know, I remember my girlfriend was sitting here right here watching it with me. She's like, "Man, I'm about to fall asleep." I was like, because it just wasn't much going on. They were cooking pasta, and they were cutting jokes, and I was just like, okay, I just didn't. There wasn't much fantastic going on. Okay, you see, Reed Richards really used his abilities like once, like at the end of the movie. That's pretty much all of them for the most part. I mean, of course, Ben Grimm, he's just a rock now. So I mean, I guess he's technically in his abilities 100% of the time, but there's not really a whole lot of fantastic stuff going on in the Fantastic Four. And I think that maybe they might have swung too big right out the gate with the Galactus. I actually thought that they were going to do maybe a Doctor Doom setup with this. Do a Doctor Doom because it's going to be Avengers Doomsday, and even though Doctor Doom's in this movie, he's just in a post credit scene standing in front of Franklin. He just like pops up out of nowhere, and it's just like, okay. I'm like, what? I'm like, and it's like, oh yeah, Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four will be back in Avengers Doomsday. I'm like, but why? Why are they gonna be back? And how? And when they get there, because if you haven't watched the Thunderbolts, at the end of the Thunderbolts, the post credit scene, you see the Fantastic Four ship entering the the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we've known for the past 15 years. Uh, Not anything multiversal, just the actual Marvel Cinematic Universe that we've been dealing with: Iron Man, Captain America, Thanos, all that stuff. So you see that, and I was wrong there. I thought that meant that Galactus won, and I guess technically he didn't lose either. He just is somewhere else chilling. So I'm not really sure how that's going to tie in. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to introduce Doctor Doom. I think it's not going to work that well with trying to team all these characters up. I mean, how long has this movie got to be? This movie got to be 4 hours. It needs to be a season. It probably needs to be 8, 10 hours a season to where they kind of like get together, know each other, and kind of discuss about teaming up. Like it's just I got a feeling it's gonna be a mess. Okay, I got a feeling that that it's not gonna be that grand and that great. And Marvel, Disney, they need a hit. Okay, they need a hit because they've been coming up short. There is no doubt about that. They have been swinging and missing, and I just think this is another swing and miss. So I'm just trying to figure out. Let's see when's the next Marvel movie. Okay, next Marvel movie. Let's see when the next one is. No, there ain't no way this is true. It's talking about next upcoming Marvel movie is Blade. That is not true, guys. Okay, I'm just letting you know that is not a fact. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. Okay, without a shadow of a doubt. It's not Blade. Spider-Man: Brand New Day is supposed to come in July of 2026. So we got a Spider-Man movie, and then we got Avengers: Doomsday allegedly December 18th of 2026. So yeah. So I mean, we've got basically no setup. All right. That's basically what we've got here. We've got zero setup. And so, with what I've seen with Fantastic Four, let's see what Spider-Man offers. I don't know how it's going to offer anything that's going to tie into, what we got and what we're trying to move towards, because it's brand new day. Nobody knows who Spider-Man is. So I don't know. It's going to be weird. It's going to be weird. And I know what they did. Put a December release, make it big time around the holidays. People take your kids to go watch it. Oh yeah, big Marvel movie. I understand what they're trying to do. I just don't know if it's going to work. They the writers need to have this on point, and I just don't think they got enough runway to make this work out. Okay, because they're just gonna start throwing a whole bunch of characters together, and it's gonna be a catastrophe on the screen. All right, there's just no doubt about it. So, that's my review. Fantastic Four. If I was gonna give it cubes, if I was gonna give it some cubes, let's get a drum roll going. I mean, let's see. And of course, my drum roll's not working. Why would it work? I mean, my God, I tell you what, I give it 4 cubes out of 10. And that's low. 4 cubes out of 10. Um, it was just a movie only. Like, it didn't move the needle, and I just felt like it was just like, hey, here's characters. They'll be in another movie. That's what you kind of felt like. I mean, that's what it exactly felt like. Hey, here goes some characters. They're gonna be in another movie. So I don't know if y'all have watched it. Let me know your thoughts on that. If y'all have watched it. I mean, it's on Disney Plus now. So if you got Disney Plus, I guess just check it out if you've been into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not gonna lie to you, like I've skipped out on some of these shows, man, like Ironheart, Echo. What was the other one? Wanda All Alone. I'm like, man, I cannot be bothered with some of this bullshit. Okay, there's just no doubt about it, man. And I know when I heard this, oh, Mephisto was in there, I said, "Psh, I don't give a damn about no Mephisto, man. Folks out here, Pure T got the Johnson pulled out over Mephisto. I'm like, is he that big a deal? Nobody care about no damn Mephisto. All right. So I want to know your thoughts on this comment section below. If y'all have watched it, if you've seen it, what was your thoughts about the movie? Uh, Low grade for me. So I appreciate everybody for being out with us tonight for this review. I'm gonna try to actually do this a little bit more often, watching movies and bring you my thoughts on them. And I appreciate everybody for watching the live. Everybody who's going to be listening to this on podcast platforms as well. There won't be a Beyond the Cube this week, okay? As I'll be out of town, and Corey will actually be out of town as well. He'll be doing his show on Fresh and Fit, JFK. So he's going to be live from Miami. So make sure you're checking him out on that. I appreciate everybody for being with us. Boyetsky 420. It's been Showtime with the Cube. I'll